Daenerys Lewis, thank you, brother. I appreciate this opportunity. Thank you so much for everything. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Tonight, you're in for a treat, a good treat at that. This is something that I've been passionate about for the last 6, 7 years. As Daenerys said, him and I, we've been speaking together for many, many years, and he's a friend, he's a brother, and we go way back. So Daenerys, thank you once again for this opportunity. Like Daenerys said, my name is Elijah Kondeh. Who am I? I am an educator, an author, and a speaker. But before I got these titles, I had to go through many seasons of my life to discover who I was. Until one day I came to a realization that I am passionate about discovering who I was in God. I'm a person of faith. Secondly, I just love to help people. Okay. And as you tune in tonight, I really want you to take some notes because I'm going to be teaching tonight. I'm not going to be, speaking fast. I'm going to be teaching tonight. Okay. So the 7 steps to discovering your purpose. So one of the things that I want you to understand, the word discovering is the word dis is a prefix, meaning reverse or process, right? So meaning it's the opposite of the word covering. So it means we're uncovering. Your purpose is already there. You just have to uncover many instances of traumatic past, you not being able to focus on what you're called to do. So I'm going to be teaching you the 7 steps to discovering your purpose. And these are steps that I had to go through myself in order to discover what I was called to do in this world, what my big why was or is, right? And over the last 4 or 5 years, I've been teaching on this multiple times, and just hearing the results from people applying these steps has just been a blessing to me, right? So let's get started. Before I continue, I want to say thank you once again to Daenerys, my mentors, my friends, and my family for the opportunity, for encouraging me, always uplifting me in times when I'm down. I always say, who inspires an inspirational speaker? So you always have to have a good circle around you. Okay, so here we go. Few key ideas tonight. Okay, the first thing is that you're going to come up with. I'm going to show you new knowledge of purpose. Now, purpose is a vast word. I'm going to break it down for you so you can actually see that you are already walking in purpose. You just don't really know it yet. This teaching is for people who are longing to understand their why, their existence on this earth. If you have been feeling lost, confused, stagnant, I don't know what my purpose is, I don't know where I'm supposed to be going, I don't know what my assignment is on earth, then this teaching is for you tonight, okay? And I'm very confident by the end of it, you're going to get that light bulb and like, oh, I'm actually doing something right, okay? Second idea is that you're going to gain clear understanding of your identity. Once you discover your purpose, you now have a new identity, okay? Last but not least, I'm going to give you wisdom for application. Now, I want to break these 3 things down for you. Knowledge and wisdom and understanding are 3 different things. We go to school for knowledge. Many of us got into thousands of debts of money because we wanted to get knowledge, to gain knowledge. Knowledge is facts, information. Now, understanding tells us why we apply what we've learned, which goes back to wisdom. Wisdom is the application of what you've learned. Okay, I'll say that one more time. Wisdom is the application of what you've learned. Understanding tells you why you applied what you applied. Okay? So these are the 3 key ideas that I really want you to focus on tonight. So here we go. The late Dr. Miles Monroe spoke on this before he passed away. He talked about these are 5 questions to consider. Every human being must answer these 5 questions. And these 5 questions are, who am I? Which speaks of identity. Why am I here? Meaning on earth, which speaks of your existence and your purpose. Okay. Where am I from? Which speaks of your family history. What can I do? Which speaks of your ability, okay? And where am I going, which speaks of destiny. If you can proudly answer all these 5 questions, then my friend, you are on the right track. But if you are questioning some of these questions here, then this teaching is definitely for you, okay? So I really want you guys to really pay attention to tonight's teaching. So now, the 7 steps to discovering your purpose. The first step is divine separation. The reason why I said divine is because, one, me being a person of faith, I believe that God orchestrates everything in our lives, okay? So here's the thing. Divine separation. Now, let me ask you this question. Do you feel like you're in a place of wilderness? Do you currently feel like you are in a place of wilderness? Now, the wilderness is very dry, as you see the picture. There's no life there. No one lives there, right? There's no water. There's no element that can sustain you. It's hot. It's dry. Now, the wilderness, I want to challenge your perspective on this. A lot of people think the wilderness, oh, I'm here, kill me now, or all hell has broke loose on my life. But the wilderness is actually a training ground for you to discover, one, who you are, for you to discover what you like, for you to discover your true self. It is very imperative in this season of divine separation for you to pay attention to your likes, your wants, your desires, what you want out of life. Now, in this season, you will lose friends and family members at that, quite honestly. The things that you used to do before, maybe it used to be partying 24/7. It used to maybe doing drugs. It may be like doing bad things that are not beneficial to you. All of a sudden, when you have that desire, that itch to do something better in life, to better yourself, to understand who you are, guess what? You have been called into a divine separation. And all of a sudden, friends that you used to talk to start to disappear. People that you used to roll with start to disappear. Family members that you used to talk with start to disappear. It is because you are going into a season of divine separation. And like I said, in this season, it is so important for you to pay attention and focus on what you're doing and focus on you in this moment. This is the season where you have to be selfish. If something does not benefit you, cut it off in this season. Now, I like to say I'm the king of breaking words down, right? Acronyms. Growth, GROWTH, which stands for gaining real ongoing wins through hardship. Now, in this season, you're going to be tested a lot. People who you thought were your friends, people who you thought were loyal to you, they are going to test you. They are going to test you. They're going to test you, but you have to be so focused that you are on a mission. Step number 2 is the purging season. Now, this is a season where it is so beneficial for you. Because after you come from divine separation, where you found clarity about yourself, you have some niche about yourself. Or maybe I really don't like this activity. I really don't like to do unproductive things anymore. I really don't like to waste my time. I really don't like to be around negative people. Guess what? Now, and all these toxic traits that you may have, some people may have drug addiction. Some people may have dealt with lust. This is something that I personally dealt with in college. I dealt with heavy lust, meaning that I was after, I was watching pornography. I was lying in college. I was after money. I was after evil things. I was after toxic things. Until I came out of the season of divine separation, I really understood what I was fighting against. I understood what was fighting against my destiny, my purpose. So in this season, purging season, let me ask you a question. What do you need to let go of? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to let go of? Is it that bad anger of yours? The bad attitude of yours? Is it, drug addiction? Now, this is a non-judgmental zone here. I'm just pointing the realities of things. Okay? What do you need to let go of? What do you need to detox yourself from? And in this season, I want you to observe yourself emotionally, mentally, physically, and spiritually. Because once you've come out of divine separation, guess what? You have some form of mental stability, physical stability, spiritual stability, and emotional stability. But when you're detoxing all the negative traits that you've received from people who spoke evil into your life, you now will gain clarity. So the purpose of detoxing negative emotions, negative characteristics, negative emotions, all these different things, is for you to live a healthy life. And in this season of purging season, obedience is very important. Now, if you're a believer in Jesus, like I am, the things you have to obey his commandment, his words. But if you're not, that's totally fine as well. This thing is still for you. Obedience to what you feel in your heart. Maybe I don't feel like, hanging around these people because they're always so negative. They're always so like, they have, they're not pursuing something great. Maybe they're like, I don't know what's going on. So you have to be in obedience, okay? Step number 3 is healing. After you've purged out all the negative, toxic things from your life, after you've let go of toxic relationships, after you let go of toxic traits, after you've let go of all these toxic things that permitted you from pursuing purpose, from pursuing your destiny, for pursuing what you've been called to do, now healing comes in. Healing comes in. And this is so vital for you to understand your purpose, because you cannot walk in purpose unless you are healed. Because if you still carry bitterness from broken relationships, if you still carry anger from broken relationships, whether it's from your father, your parents, your ex-girlfriend, your whatever it is, if you carry toxic things on the inside, you cannot heal. And therefore, you will not be effective when you are walking in purpose, because you will always be carrying this baggage with you. You will always be carrying this baggage with you. So the question is, what do you need to be healed from? Could it be traumatic issues? Could it be daddy issues? Could it be mommy issues? Could it be, lying issues? Could it be lust issues? Could it be drug addiction issues? It varies in the season. Now, the first point I want you to understand is a renewed mind is a renewed identity. The moment you understand you have a new mind, the moment you say, I no longer want to live this toxic life, I want to pursue a life of healthiness, I want to pursue a life of purpose, my friend, you have a new identity. Many people, when they may be going through midlife crisis, they say, oh, I want to get a new hairstyle, I want to bleach my hair, or I want to get a tattoo, or I want to pierce my ears to look young. Those are all outside changes. But the real change starts when you have a renewed mind. A renewed mind gives you a renewed perspective. So the moment you say, yes, I want to pursue a life of healthiness, I want to pursue a life of purpose, guess what? You now have a new identity. The second thing is you must maintain your healing. Now, if you've come from a place of lust, if you've come from a place of addiction, my friend, do not go back into the environment that you were in before you were healed, because you're going to go back into a cycle. And when you get back into a cycle, guess what? You're no longer going to be effective in purpose. The people that you're supposed to be leading, the people that you're supposed to be impacting, guess what? You're not going to be effective, because why? You've gone back into the cycle. Okay? You've gone back into that cycle. It is not good. So maintain your healing by staying away from environments, certain people, certain negative traits of yours. And this is where you have to be real with yourself. Say, yes, I'm dealing with this, but I have a plan out. I have a way out. And the last point is be patient in this process. A lot of people rush the healing process, and guess what? They end up bleeding on people that they're supposed to be impactful with. They end up bleeding on people that they should be leading. So be patient with your healing. Patience births forth the right fruit. Because when something is premature, it does not function the way it's supposed to function. So be patient. Go through the healing process. And I promise you, once you go through the healing process, you will experience purpose. You will experience a new level of happiness, joy, peace, love. And you will become so much more impactful in this world. And this is it, you guys. This is my favorite slide. Step number 4, stage number 4, season number 4, gifts and talents, y'all. Now, every time I speak on this, I get chills, because when I discover my purpose, when I found out what I was naturally good at, I found my purpose. So this is the big thing right here. So I want you to really pay close attention to this. This is a season. This is a stage where you find your purpose, your why. The question is, what is your why? What is your existence? If you don't know this, I'm going to break it down for you real quick. Now, you need to know the difference. Gifts and talents are two different things. We are all gifted and talented, yet we have to explore these to put them to effective use. Gifts are divine while talents are learned. Giftings cause a person to stand out from many others who may have the same talent. Gifting may make you distinct and set apart, causing you to be chosen and favored for great opportunities. See, the moment you discover your gift, your natural abilities, for some it's writing, for some it's being artistic, for some it's playing music, for some it's being a politician, for some it's speaking, for some it's being a teacher, for some it's leading, for some it's effective listening, being a counselor, a therapist. That comes naturally to you. I remember back in college, A lot of my friends would tell me, Elijah, you have a really great skill of listening to people and giving sound advice. I didn't really pay attention to what they were saying in that season of my life because I was not fully mature yet. I was not in the place of finding who I was. I was still out doing crazy things, right? Until I went to a place of divine separation. I went into a season by myself. I had to learn for myself. So gifts are natural. They're given to you naturally. God gives everybody in this earth has a gift, right? Whether it's playing basketball, whether it's playing soccer, whether it's playing football, that's a gift. It comes naturally to you. But the perfection of that gift is your talent. Now, talent is what people pay for. Now we see all these musicians, these authors, these actors, all these celebrities. They have perfected their gifts. That's why they're being paid. That's why they're living these successful lives. Okay, I'm putting quotation around successful because everyone's success definition of success is different. So once you understand the thing that comes naturally to you, mine is speaking, mine's being creative, mine is writing, mine is speaking with people, understanding people, hearing people's stories, and being able to formulate an effective story. That's my gift that God has given me, and I'm using it right now. But it took me a while to get to that point. Now, the perfection of that gift is the talent. I remember my friend Daenerys and I, when we started speaking together about 5-6 years ago, we would rehearse, we would go over our scripts, we would talk before we actually go give a presentation. It came naturally for us, but we had to practice that. We had to practice it. Second point is purpose gets revealed when you understand your gifts and your talent. So a couple of years ago, I received this revelation, this light that came to me, right? If you really want to know what your purpose is, take a look at your past. There has been signs and clues that were there many, many times. For me personally, to give you an example, I was working with a lot of youth back in my college days, not knowing that I was being prepared to work with youth. Currently, I'm a dean of students. My passion, my calling is to work with young people to inspire the next generation. So even when I thought I was doing just a regular job, God was preparing me for where he was taking me. So I want you to really reflect on this. If you want to know what your purpose, your future is, take a look at your past. There have been some signs and clues in your past that you were not fully mature enough to recognize in that season of your life. And if you want to know where you're going, take a look at you now. What do you constantly think about? What burns in your heart? What passion do you have in your heart? For me, it's waking up and inspiring the next generation. For me, it's waking up, being creative, using my products like Sandakas Seed, my children's book, to inspire the next generation, even adults. That's my burning desire. And that tells me where I'm going. So your past, your present, and your future. Discover your gift, perfect your gift, find your talent, and then you will know what your purpose is in this world. And you use that for your why. Okay? The next season step is service. Now that you've discovered your purpose, you must serve. A lot of people discover their purpose and become, it's all about me. I'm going to focus everything on me. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't work that way. You must serve. Let me ask you this question. When was the last time you served? When was the last time you served somebody else more than yourself? Now, this is a deep, reflective question because I really want you to understand the importance of service and purpose. It's so important. Service aligns you with your purpose. Service aligns you with your purpose. For example, if you are called to be a dentist, if you want to be a dentist, right? You love to, work on teeth, right? You don't go get an internship at a candy factory. What does that mean? It means you want to be strategic. You want to serve where you're going. So if you want to be a dentist, you go serve in a dental office because you're in the environment where you're being groomed for where you're going. Okay. And also it'll cause a delay if you're a dentist and you go work in a candy factory and you're the taste tester. It doesn't work, right? Do not sell yourself short in this season. Meaning just because you are walking in purpose and you're serving, because the people will abuse you. Do not sell yourself short. A lot of people, one day I was shopping and I saw a sticker on a bottle says 50% off. And I caught this revelation, this light, this understanding that many people put themselves on the shelf so that they can be on the middle shelf so that they can be bought with percentages off. Do not sell yourself short just to be sold. Be authentically yourself, be you, And the right crowd, the right customers will purchase you. The right customers will use your service. Will come to you and use your service. Okay, you must serve to be served. So it is so important to give back. When you're walking in purpose, it is no longer about you. I always say this: when you've discovered your purpose, it is no longer about you. Okay, you must serve. Step number 6 is strategic rest. Now that you're so excited, you discover your purpose. Wow, I feel like I can take on the world. I can do everything. Or I'm being invited to speak here. I'm being invited to do this with this person. I'm being invited to collaborate with this person. And guess what? There will be a burnout. Now, strategic rest is so important in purpose, because you hear a lot of motivational speakers say, you must keep going, you must keep going, you must keep going, you must keep going. You must have strategic rest. And I purposely put the word strategic there because you don't want to just keep resting because you're tired, or you don't want to keep resting because you just want to rest. Because purpose is a continual thing. So you must understand exactly time to reflect. In this season, when you're in strategic rest, if you're a speaker, you've been speaking for 6 months, and you're like, you know what? I need to take time. You need to replenish yourself, replenish your mind, replenish your body. So that way, in this season, you will receive the next instruction. You will receive that inspiration that comes to you, right? The word inspiration is actually, the Latin word for that is inspiritus. The root word is inspiration, which means breath of life. So when someone is saying, Elijah, you inspire me, they're saying your breath, the breath that you come with, the life, the spirit that you carry is what motivated me, is what brought me closer to you, because there's something that you have that I need in this season. So strategic rest is so important. It is so vital for you to go into strategic rest. And don't let anybody stress you out in this moment, because when you walk in purpose, you carry a heavy mantle, meaning an assignment that's divine. Restoration is a process. You cannot pour from an empty cup, because when you're walking in purpose, you're supposed to be impactful with the people that you're serving. Rest and restoration produces energy for pursuit. A lot of people chase life, but they don't pursue life. You chase life. Oh, this opportunity is over here. Oh, you can make money here. You end up failing. You're just aimlessly going about life. And guess what? You're not impactful. You're not purposeful. Now you're living a toxic life. So pursue life with strategy, okay? And last but not least is fulfillment. Now that you've gone through all these seasons, and let me make a disclaimer here. Now, these seasons can be repetitive. There may be sometimes, because when you're walking in purpose, there'll be different levels of your life, different, more assignments in your life. And some season you'll be like, I need to go back in divine separation because I've outgrown this environment. It doesn't mean you are prideful. It doesn't mean anything. It just means that you are focused on your mission. Some seasons, because as you're walking in purpose, you will get hurt. People will backstab you. People will talk about you. So you might go into season number 2, 3, which is healing process. Or if you might go back into season number 2, which is purging. So it's a continuous cycle. But ultimately, it leads back to step number 7, which is fulfillment. Are you satisfied by where you are in life right now? Are you satisfied by where you are in life right now? Now, one of my favorite quotes that literally saved my life from Bishop T.D. Jakes, he said, who or what you strive to become is who you already are. If you're striving to become someone who's great, who's going to solve the world's greatest problem, you want to be impactful, you want to be positive, you want to show love, that's because at the core of you, the center of your spirit, that's who you are. You're just walking it out, okay? Write this down. Passion fuels dreams, and dreams fuel your purpose. So you must understand why you wake up every morning. Your passion fuels your dreams. And like I always say, dreams can be killed, but dreams can be killed, but vision can be stalled, only be delayed. It cannot be killed, right? But only you can delay your vision, the vision God has planned out for your life, the vision that you have for yourself. And last but not least, walk in purpose with boldness. Because when you walk in purpose with boldness, your boldness will attract people who may not understand why they're wise. Your boldness will attract people who are lost. Your boldness will attract people to you, and that you can explain the process that you went through to discover your purpose. And guess what? It becomes a positive ripple effect. Now, I've taught this many, many different times. And every time I get done teaching, there's a line of people waiting for me to speak with me. And by the grace of God, when I show them the steps that I've gone through, I converse with them, I hear their story, and by the wisdom God has given me, I give it to them. And sometimes they come back to me to give me testimonials, or yo, I tried this is what worked for me. I found my purpose, and just the joy, because that has become my life. So it is my thought, it is my hope that this teaching tonight will encourage you, will even provoke you in a positive way. So if you don't know your purpose, if you don't know your identity, that you will strive to look for it. Okay. And to ways to connect with me is on Instagram, okay, at Elijah Kondeh Speaks. And then my email address is ElijahKondehSpeaks at gmail.com. And my children's book, Sandakas Seed, is about a young boy. I released it last year. It's about a young African boy from Sierra Leone. His father gives him a seed. The seed represents ideas, right? And so Sandaka goes through so many different turmoil, so many issues, but he was able to fulfill his purpose by becoming one of the greatest farmers in his village because of the words his father told him, which was, son, the seeds are yours, but not for your benefits alone. So the idea that you have, the dreams that you have, the vision that you have, it's for you, but it's not for you alone. You must share your gifts with the world so the world will become a better place. And you can purchase it on Amazon and also lulu.com. So thank you all so much. I hope you learned something new today. And I'm going to challenge you. I'm going to really challenge you. If you don't know what your purpose is tonight, I want you to go through these slides and apply these things, okay? And it is my hope that you will find your purpose this year moving forward.